4-year-old girl waves at Garbageman daily. You won't believe what happened next. Margie, a young 4-year-old girl, loved nothing more than waving at the garbage collectors. Every time they showed up, she was there, ready and waiting, and hands waving proudly with joy. For whatever reason, Margie loved the garbage collectors, and she thought that they liked her too. However, what will happen next will absolutely shock you. Find out what these garbage collectors did. Margie, a 4-year-old with a cheerful disposition, finds joy in the simplest of routines. Her world is filled with wonders, big and small, but her favorite is the weekly visit of the garbage collectors. Every Tuesday, she waits eagerly by the window, her face pressed against the glass, anticipating the rumble of the garbage truck. The truck, with its large whirling mechanisms and the friendly faces of the garbage collectors, never fails to bring a smile to her face. One Tuesday morning, while Margie was having breakfast, her excitement was palpable. Her mother, Kate, who always encouraged her daughter's curiosities, noticed her barely contained enthusiasm. "Mommy, do you know what day it is?" Kate said with a knowing smile. "Let me guess, is it a special day today?" Margie was bouncing in her seat. "It's garbage day, the garbage truck is coming." "That's right, and why do you love garbage day so much?" "The truck is so big and noisy and it can pick up all the trash and lift it over its head like a superhero." "That does sound pretty impressive. What else do you like about it?" "The men on the truck are so nice, they always wave at me when I wave at them. They must be really strong to lift all those bins." "They must be," Kate said. "It's a tough job, isn't it?" Margie seriously nodded. "Yes, but they make it look so easy. I like how they know where everyone's bins are. They never forget our house." "That's because they're very organized and follow a schedule. It's important to be reliable, right?" "Yep, I want to be reliable like them, and I like how the truck has different sections for garbage, recycling, and compost. It's like it has a tummy for everything." "That's a funny way to think about it," Kate said, laughing. "They do help us keep the environment clean by sorting everything. Isn't that great?" "It is. I learned at preschool that recycling is good for the earth. We should always recycle." "That's very true. We should take care of our planet. Is there anything else you love about Garbage Day?" "I just love watching the truck work. It's like a big, noisy, friendly dinosaur that eats trash instead of people." "A friendly dinosaur, huh? That's quite an imagination you have." "I can't wait to see them again next week. Maybe I can give them a thank you card for keeping our street clean." Kate was touched by her daughter's thoughtfulness. "That's a wonderful idea, Margie. I'm sure they'd appreciate that very much." "Next garbage day can't come soon enough," Margie said. This conversation, brimming with Margie's innocent wonder and Kate's nurturing responses, epitomizes the beautiful simplicity of a child's world, where even the mundane becomes magical. Margie's anticipation for the next garbage day is a reminder of the joy found in life's consistent small moments. Bob, a seasoned garbage collector with 2 decades of experience under his belt, sat at the dinner table with his wife Diana. Over the years, he'd seen many things on his routes, but recently something had captured his attention and heart in a way he hadn't expected. Diana, noticing a certain softness in Bob's eyes, asked, "You seem thoughtful today, Bob. What's on your mind?" Bob, stirring his tea, began, "You know, there's this little girl on one of my routes. Been seeing her for a couple years now. She waves at us every time we go by to collect the garbage." "A little girl? That's sweet. What about her?" "At first, I didn't think much of it, just a kid being a kid, you know. But Diana, it's every single week, without fail. Rain or shine, she's there waving at us." "That sounds adorable, but it seems like it's more than just a routine for you now." Bob said, "Yeah, it's strange. Initially, it almost annoyed me a little, but there's something about her consistency. It's been over 2 years now. Dave, my partner, noticed it too. We started waving back a few months in. Her face lights up like Christmas morning." "That's so heartwarming, Bob. What's her name?" "Margie, found out from one of the neighbors. She's about 4, goes to preschool, loves dolls and playing make-believe outside." "Sounds like a lovely child. And you said you and Dave have started honking at her too?" "Yeah, we did," Bob said, chuckling. "One day Dave just honked as we drove off and her excitement was something else. She jumped up and down, clapping her hands. It's become a thing now. We honk, she waves, and we leave with a smile." "Bob, that's wonderful. I think it's great that you're bringing joy to a little girl's life. Sounds like she's made an impression on you." "She has, Diana. You know, watching her, it's refreshing, makes the job feel less mundane. There's an innocence and joy in her that makes you appreciate the little things." Diana reached across the table to hold his hand. "I'm glad, Bob. It's the small moments that often bring the most joy. Sounds like Margie's a special part of your day now." "She is," Bob said with a newfound softness. "It's funny how life works. I never expected a little girl on my garbage route to remind me to appreciate the everyday moments. I'm looking forward to seeing her wave next week. Maybe we'll bring her a little surprise, something to show we appreciate her." That's a lovely idea, Bob. I'm sure she'd love that. As they continued their dinner, the conversation meandered through various topics, but Bob's thoughts often returned to Margie, the little girl who had unknowingly brought a new light into his routine life. Tuesday morning dawned bright and early, and Margie, with her usual enthusiasm, was already perched by the window, her eyes scanning the street for the familiar sight of the garbage truck. She turned to her mom, Kate, who was busy in the kitchen, and called out, "Mommy, it's garbage day. I want to do something nice for the garbage men today. What can we do?" Kate wiped her hands clean on a towel and walked over to join Margie at the window. "That's a very kind thought, sweetie. What do you have in mind?" "I'm not sure. What do you think they'd like?" "Well, it's a tough job and they work hard. Maybe something to show our appreciation for what they do." Margie's face brightened. "Maybe we can make them a thank you card?" "That's a good idea. But how about we also give them something they can enjoy right away?" Margie bounced on her toes. "Like a treat?" "Exactly. What do you think they'd like?" "Everyone likes cookies, right?" "Cookies sound perfect. What about something to drink? It's going to be a hot day." "Oh, we can give them cold juice, cookies and juice." "That sounds wonderful, Margie. We can bake the cookies together. What kind do you think they'd like?" Margie's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Chocolate chip, they're the best." "Chocolate chip it is, and we'll put some juice boxes in a cooler with ice so they stay cold." "This is going to be the best garbage day ever," Margie said. "Let's get started then. We have cookies to bake and a card to make." As Margie and Kate set about their task, the kitchen filled with a warm aroma of baking cookies and the sound of laughter. They worked together to mix the dough, shape the cookies, and decorate the thank you card. Margie's excitement was palpable as she imagined the surprise on the garbage men's faces. Finally, with the cookies baked to golden perfection and the juice boxes chilled, they set their small gift by the curb, waiting for the garbage truck to arrive. Margie's anticipation grew as she heard the distant rumble of the truck, and she held the card in her little hands, ready to offer her gesture of thanks to the men who had unknowingly brightened her Tuesdays. As the garbage truck rumbled closer, Margie's excitement reached its peak. She clutched the bag of cookies and the cooler of juice, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. Bob, spotting the little girl he'd come to recognize, slowed the truck to a stop and hopped out to collect the bins. Margie, unable to contain her excitement, ran up to Bob, waving and beaming. "Hi, I brought something for you and Dave." Bob, surprised and amused, chuckled. "Well, hello there. What have you got for us today?" "I made you cookies and there's cold juice because you work so hard and I really like when you come by with a truck." Bob was genuinely touched and said, "That's very kind of you. We sure do appreciate it, don't we, Dave?" He called out to his partner, who waved from the truck. "I love watching you work. The truck's so big and makes cool noises. It's like a giant robot eating trash." "Is that so? And what about you, Margie? What do you like to do when you're not watching us?" "I go to school. I like playing with dolls and playing outside, but I like garbage collectors the most." "Really? More than dolls?" "Yeah, because you keep our streets clean and you're like heroes." Dave joined them and took a cookie. "Well, thank you, Marge. These cookies look delicious, and this juice is just what we needed on a hot day like this." "Yeah, thank you, Margie," Bob said, accepting the juice. "You made our day. It's not often we meet someone who appreciates our job so much." Margie's face lit up with pride. "You're welcome. I just wanted to say thank you for being so nice and waving at me." "Well, we should get going, but we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week. Keep waving at us, okay?" "I will. Bye, Bob. Bye, Dave." As the truck pulled away, Margie stood there, waving until it disappeared around the corner. Bob and Dave drove off, smiles on their faces, grateful for the unexpected kindness from a little girl who'd brought a bright spot to their routine. Margie, her heart full of joy, ran back to her mother, eager to tell her about the successful surprise for her heroes, the garbage collectors. Bob and Dave had grown to look forward to their weekly stop at Margie's house. Her enthusiasm and the simple joy of her gifts had become a highlight of their Tuesdays. However, one week when Margie wasn't there with her usual offering, they felt a noticeable dip in their spirits. It was then they realized how much the little girl's excitement meant to them. The following Tuesday, as the garbage truck rolled up to Margie's house, Bob and Dave were greeted with the usual sight of Margie, beaming and holding a bag of cookies and a cooler of juice. But there was an extra sparkle in her eyes today. Margie, almost bursting with excitement, called out, "Bob, Dave, guess what? It's my birthday next week." Bob stepped out of the truck with a smile. "Is it now? Happy early birthday, Margie. How old are you going to be?" "I'm going to be 5 years old. I love birthdays. There's cake and presents and everyone's happy." 5 years old. That's a big deal. Do you have any special plans? "Yeah, but I don't want a normal party this year. I have a special wish." "Oh, and what's that?" "I want to visit the waste collection facility. I want to see where the garbage trucks go and how everything works." Bob was taken aback. The waste facility, eh? That's quite a unique birthday request. Most kids want a party with clowns or a day at the amusement park. But I love garbage trucks, and you and Dave are my friends. I want to see your world. Well, what do you think, Dave? Bob said. Can we make it happen? Dave replied, I don't see why not. Let's talk to the boss. It would be a great little tour for our biggest fan. Really, you mean it? That would be the best birthday present ever, Margie said, clapping her hands. We'll do our best, Margie. We'll talk to our boss and see if we can arrange a tour for you next week. How does that sound? Amazing. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Dave. You're the best. Kate, who had been watching from a distance, approached. That's very kind of you both. Margie's been talking nonstop about garbage trucks and how great you both are. We're just doing our job, but it's nice to have such a fan. We'll get back to you about the tour, and Margie, thanks for the cookies and juice as always. You really brighten our Tuesdays. You're welcome. I'll be waiting to hear about the tour. As Bob and Dave drove away, they discussed how to make Margie's birthday wish come true. They knew it wasn't a typical request, but the thought of making her special day even more memorable was something they couldn't pass up. Back at her house, Margie was already bubbling with excitement, telling Kate all about her upcoming birthday adventure. It was shaping up to be a birthday unlike any other, and one that would undoubtedly fuel her passion for garbage trucks and the people who operated them for years to come. As Bob and Dave drove away from Margie's house, the usual hum of the garbage truck was accompanied by a lively conversation about the upcoming special event, Margie's birthday visit. Bob asked, Dave, can you believe Margie wants to spend her birthday at the waste facility? It's not every day that you get a request like that. I know, right? Most kids her age would want a party with balloons, but not Margie. She's one of a kind. We've got to make this special for her. Definitely. A tour is a given, but what if we did a little more, like a mini surprise party for her at the facility? That sounds like a great idea. We could set up a small area with decorations, maybe some balloons and a banner. Yeah, and we could get a cake too. Nothing too fancy, just something to make her feel special. It'd be nice to have a little celebration after the tour. Yeah, Dave said. And for the tour, we could show her the different trucks up close, explain how the sorting works. Kids love seeing the machinery in action. Bob said with a smile, Right, and maybe we can let her sit in one of the trucks, give her a feel for what it's like behind the wheel. I bet she'd love that. Brilliant idea, and we should get her a little gift, something to remember the day. Maybe a toy garbage truck or a t-shirt? I like that, a memento of her unique birthday. We'll need to run this by the boss, but I think we can pull it off. Margie's enthusiasm has really brightened up our Tuesdays. It's the least we can do. Dave, with a sense of satisfaction, agreed. This could be one of the best and most memorable birthdays she's ever had. It's not just about the garbage collection, it's about making a little girl's birthday wish come true. As they continued their route, the plan for Margie's birthday took shape. Both Bob and Dave were committed to making it a day she would never forget, a celebration of her unique interest and their unexpected but heartwarming connection with a little girl who found joy in the simple but essential service they provided. On a sunny Tuesday morning, Margie's excitement was palpable. It wasn't just any Tuesday, it was her birthday, and a very special one at that. Bob and Dave arrived in their garbage truck ready to take Margie and her mother Kate on an unforgettable adventure to the waste collection facility. Margie, bubbling with excitement, greeted Bob and Dave. Hi, Bob. Hi, Dave. I can't believe we're going to see the garbage trucks. Thank you both so much for doing this, Kate said, smiling warmly. It means the world to her. Happy birthday, Margie. We're glad to make your day special. Ready for the grand tour? Bob said. Dave opened the door to the truck. We got a lot of cool things to show you. Hop in. As they arrived at the facility, Margie's eyes widened in awe. The tour began with a close look at different garbage trucks. Margie pointed excitedly. Look at all the trucks. They're so big up close. Each one has a different job. Let's show you how they work. Bob demonstrated some of the machinery. This is where we sort the recycling. It's like a giant puzzle, sorting everything to the right place. Wow, it's like a robot! Kate was impressed by the operation too. I had no idea so much went into waste collection. It's quite a process. The highlight came when Bob and Dave brought out a cake, standing atop a clean platform overlooking a section of the facility. Bob and Dave sang happy birthday to Margie, and Margie, beaming with joy, she blew out the candles, said, This is the best birthday ever! Kate, teary-eyed with gratitude, said, Thank you to both of you. This has been incredible. Margie, Bob said, cutting the cake, your enthusiasm every Tuesday brightens our week. We're just happy to give back a little joy. The bond we formed with you is special to us. It's not just about collecting garbage, it's about the connections we make. As the day wound down, with Margie having explored the trucks, played with some safe tools, and learned about recycling, she was beaming with happiness but visibly tired. On the drive back, Margie, nestled comfortably in the truck, fell asleep. a contented smile on her face. Kate looked at her sleeping daughter and then at Bob and Dave. "Thank you truly. You made her birthday unforgettable. She'll treasure this memory forever." "It was our pleasure. She's a remarkable kid," Bob said. Dave navigated the streets back to their house. Seeing her so happy today, that's what it's all about. They arrived back at Margie's house where Kate gently carried her sleeping daughter inside, her heart full of gratitude for the kindness and joy Bob and David brought into their lives. As the garbage truck drove away, the bond that had formed between a little girl and her garbage collector friends was stronger than ever, a unique friendship forged amidst the backdrop of an ordinary life. This just shows how ordinary people from all walks of life can connect with each other, and how little acts of kindness, like giving some cookies and juice to garbage collectors, can result in lifelong friendships. Subscribe for more heartwarming tales like this.